Ladies, gentlemen, and disappointments, we are coming to you live from the Woman Caves in New York and Connecticut. My name is Leslie.
And my name is Melissa.
And we are verbally disastrous. How long do you expect to be in the business? What's your goal?
Until you retire, I imagine.
I like what we do. I like seeing the lights come on.
Literally.
Yeah, literally, and
figuratively.
Well, there's no figurative.
For the record, his mom, I thought he would get into nursing. I thought he would get into EMT. I really didn't want him to get into this business, and the fact that he likes it on the level that he does is something that I would have never predicted. Well, it wasn't something that I planned.
One of the most, and this might be a little bit of a hack kind of shit, but like one of the most enjoyable things about what we do is doing things that seems to other people like fucking magic. Being able to do shit that other people look at and are like, how the fuck did you do that?
Especially to other tradesmen, because I hear that other tradesmen, they're like afraid of electricity.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. It's dangerous as hell. And that's the other thing. I kind of like living on the...
just lightning powers.
Sometimes I'll leave the breaker on and fuck with some stuff. You know?
Oh, come on.
Not on the job.
Well, you didn't say how long you plan on being in the business. You want to ride it out to 60, 65?
I don't plan on doing anything else.
Like leaving early?
I plan on doing what I'm doing until...
None of that. No leaving early, no nothing.
Until I've done my part enough to be able to relax.
How about another key question I know you're going to love?
Because it really depends on your...
Do you plan on... do you expect on your brother coming into the business?
Do I expect him?
Yeah.
I am. So you better.
Do I
you
expect... Well, the question is, do I expect him to come in?
Yeah.
Just like how I saw it being and it's funny how I saw it as a path of least resistance. This kind of a little electrical joke.
Yeah.
It's the same shit for me.
It might be the same for the young man.
People ask me, what are you gonna do with your life? Personally, as a 15-year-old male, I have no clue. I have no fucking clue.
Not a bad option.
I really feel like I have no passions that I really know about. I have no goals or nothing, none of that. Until I hear about mom talking about job experiences, some crazy shit happening on the job, or
all kinds of shit.
Your dad.
No day is boring.
No,
for real. I hear about this, and this is really the only thing that I've heard about that really gets me fired up. That really ignites any sort of passion within me. Plus, it's in the family. You carry on a tradition, and there's a certain honor, there's a certain pride that comes with that.
You and I, this is obviously a little down the road, but you and I have the potential to
become master electricians. Oh, open up our own business.
Open up our own union shop.
Yo.
And
that's another question that I was gonna ask.
Crazy.
This is not a joke.
No.
Because if you really...
You can open up our own ranch, bro, that's another thing.
It really would open up...
Yo, the future is fucking crazy, bro.
It is what you want, and you gotta take the steps to take to make it happen.
It's not a joke.
Any youngins, bro, either younger than me or at the same age as me, or even older than me, bro, your life is fucking exactly that. It's fucking your life.
It's open.
It's open.
It's open.
And it hinges on your behavior.
It's like an empty
and what
notebook.
it is you want to achieve.
You can fucking write whatever you want in there, bro. If you want to write some crazy shit in there, write some crazy shit in there. Bro, become the next Stephen King.
Or
freak everyone the fuck out. I don't give a fuck.
Or don't write the crazy shit in there.
Just be
write the shit that you always wanted to see when you were a kid. When you were playing with fucking G.I. Joes.
Yes.
That was you.
You know what I mean?
No, you played with figures. It wasn't G.I. Joe, but you played with figures. Same concept.
the shit that you would dream of, just being able to do whatever you want, that is a potential reality.
That liberation.
Me by myself, I probably wouldn't accomplish something like the stuff that we're talking about together. But together,
you'd have to both want it because it's a tremendous amount of work.
It's like that story about about the boys, that the mother teaching them like, yo, one stick together, you can break that shit easy, but like a couple sticks together, when they work together, you can't break that shit. Right. You can't break that bond. Right? That bond is fucking, it's unbreakable.
Especially if they're taped together with electrical tape.
That's right.
Exactly. Electrical tape is like
You're going to leave a tail for the next guy?
I don't give a fuck what anyone tells you. Electric tape is the strongest material ever.
Leave an end for a friend.
A bond.
So now with the talk of possibly doing a business venture with your brother, now
I would love that.
Putting that to the side, could you see yourself at a certain age opting to go into the business, the office side, or do you just love the field and you're like, I'll never leave the field?
I love the field for now because that's what I have to do, you know, and I love that for what it is. But you need to graduate to the office side. You need to work the field long enough to know what the fuck's going on in the office side. There's nothing worse than somebody on the office side
that's never worked the field,
who answers questions with more questions because they don't know what's going on in the field.
Yeah.
So, in order to work in the office, you need to know what the fuck's going on in the field. So you need to graduate to
the same thing with Mom. I think you went from being an electrician to being a project manager, and now you're trying to be a safety.
I did 19 years in the field. I left March 7th, 2014. I started doing AutoCAD. I worked in the engineering department first. I was doing drawings. And then I want to say a year or two later, I became a project manager. Within the past year, I just went for my site safety manager license for New York City Department of Buildings.
So how you fucking doing? Let me ask you a question.
I did pass the CSP, which is Certified Safety Professional, which is very hard, and I got that in November.
High five out loud. Bang!
Absolutely.
Triple clap.
Yes.
Let me ask you a question, though. Now, being where you are now, with all the knowledge that you have of the field, and all the experience, all the good, all the bad, could you imagine yourself being in your position without having field experience?
No.
Definitely.
You couldn't even imagine it?
No, I feel like it would be so much harder.
Definitely.
No. I actually had a conversation. I just finished last week OSHA 502, which I'm an authorized trainer from OSHA to be able to deliver an OSHA 10 and OSHA 30 card.
How you doing?
And I was talking to somebody who told me that the certifications that I had just passed was something that they were looking to attain. It was something that they were somewhat fearful of. I think about how, like, my project management experience, I would feel like I'm trying to work blind without the field experience. And I don't know how people do it because I feel like they're going to bullshit until, you know, when you throw something against the wall and you just see what sticks and then you're going to go with that. That's what I feel like someone is when they're working and they never had field experience because they have zero concept. There's a difference between concept and reality.
Yeah, it's theory versus application.
Exactly.
Which is what we were.
Bingo.
It kind of feeds into what we're talking about with the BOSU's program.
Yeah.
Field experience is fucking tremendously.
Yes, it's underrated sometimes.
Being somebody who doesn't have, we know a couple people, you know, being somebody that doesn't have that field experience or
it's not nearly much harder.
Not nearly enough.
It's very hard.
Costs thousands of dollars.
Yeah, because there's going to be mistakes because they're not going to say nothing to other people and they're just going to plow through if you don't deliver.
We got to revise the prints. You got to change all this shit. That's thousands of dollars every fucking time.
That's if you implement what's on the print and then you say it's already in stone and then you got to make changes.
And then Fucko says, oh, actually, I messed up. I got to No, if you were
Unless-
on the field and you knew what the fuck was going on,
The only
then
time
this
I want
would've
to
been
change
okay.
some shit in the field is I'm getting paid for it with a change order. Other
Right.
than that, I don't want to hear it.
If you can't walk, you can't run.
Bingo! This kid's hitting all the spots.
Yeah,
If you don't
well,
have the field experience, you can't have the office
that's
experience.
kind of like when you think about when you're playing football. Are you gonna want to be that person who's never been down in the trenches to tell?
It's like if you had a coach who's never played football.
Can you imagine that?
Yeah, it's just sitting
It's
there
the
like, oh
concept.
yeah, you got to do this and this. It's like,
is
how the fuck do you
concept.
know?
This is the way it's supposed to be, but then when you go to act it,
I mean,
I don't know.
shit
I've never done it.
sound good on paper, but like could be trash in real application.
John, when you think about following your brother and your mom and your dad's footsteps, do you think that there's a lot of pressure on you to be like your entire family?
I mean,
That's a good
now that I
question.
think about it, yeah.
That's a great question.
Your entire family. Think about it. Your
I feel
entire
like-
family is in the business, and now you
Not
got to follow.
Not that you should feel like.
No, you shouldn't.
I feel like,
But you're
I feel
going
like
to.
I feel
I know,
pressure.
I
I feel
would.
like I feel pressure to be the best electrician that I should be, that
And
I
that's,
can be.
That's what you should feel like. Because that's what I feel like.
Yeah. Well,
And I'm sure that's what Mom felt like.
I
that's
had
what you're
I
supposed
had
to feel
nobody
like.
to reference though. There was nobody else that was
No, it
coming
was,
in.
that was just you.
I would think that it's got to be harder coming in
my gla-
when
what
you
the
know
fuck are my
somebody
glasses? Hold up.
when you know other people came in and they did satisfactory.
Well, this
I would
is-
imagine it's got to be hard.
This is a good question for me also. Knowing that my mom paved the way in her own blood and sweat, literally. You just know that you can't disrespect those footsteps. Like I used to say when I was a first year that I have some big shoes to fill, and you don't fill those shoes. I was always wrong. I was saying it wrong. You don't fill those shoes.
You just be your own person.
You try and walk those same steps. Maybe take the steps a little further. You know, obviously not to try and one up the other person, but just
Expand
to
upon
make
the art.
to make them
Who
proud.
you do an honor.
Yeah, you make them
Exactly.
proud.
Expand upon the art.
If you're doing better than before, then you're doing the right thing.
Yeah, agreed. Even if, because not everybody who's
Which-
doing things is doing it the right way.
Fuck me if I ever do better than before me, but you know, if you always, I mean, fuck, my best characteristic is being respectful and being somebody cool to work with, you know, and being a sponge. You tell me to do something, I'm gonna try and have that be the only time you gotta tell me how to do it, and I'm gonna go and do it over and over and over again.
Reminds me of when Vinny reached out to me via text. Or was it Vinny or was it Paulie who showed me the Tommy Be Good stick?
Tommy Be Good.
Oh, that was Vinny.
That was Vinny.
That was Vinny, yeah. That was
He goes, look at this. I got a Tommy Be Good stick.
we were working in Regeneron.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, he had it was a painter's mixing stick, that like Home Depot mixing stick. And he wrote on a Tommy Be Good stick, so in case I was misbehaving and beat my ass.
Now, my last two questions that I have: what are the benefits of being in construction, and what are the disadvantages of being in construction?
Okay.
I feel like I like a lot of the disadvantages.
Let me answer. These are you can answer these questions.
Yeah,
when
like
you're-
a conceptual.
When you're an apprentice.
I want to say what I feel though.
All right,
Yeah,
give
you
me
can.
1 second.
Go ahead.
All right, I got you.
What's good and bad about being in construction, you said?
Yeah. The advantages and disadvantages.
I
You know what's funny?
Imagine it's the stigma of being a construction worker.
I was working with the guy I was telling you that was mistaken for another person. Might be his dad or whatever. Not even a month ago. I told him, you know what's funny? He was the kind of person that I was able to go up to and just fucking spit out just random thoughts. You know, he's like just a cool dude like that. I could just be like, yeah, you know what's funny? you know, just go up to him.
Like
just,
random shit.
Yeah, just drop some shit on his plate. He would just take it and be like, you know, yeah, like, he'd just give me some feedback. I walked up to him one time and I said, you know what's really fucking funny? So, like, these guys walking around, like the GF, this guy who's working for, like, the big company who owns the building that we're working on. He just walks around with his hands in his pockets, looks at everybody, stares at people for a good amount of time, and then walks around. He's a fat fuck. And
Does he have field experience?
Maybe.
0.
Fat fuck. Of course he doesn't.
Hands in the pockets, fucking always.
Acting like he's so high up because he's in the office
Yeah,
job.
another thing that set me off a little bit in my own head, and I shared it with my guys, is the guy, we turned off the lights because we were pulling a long pole down the whole, we're working in a warehouse.
Are you doing high voltage or low voltage?
It's low. It's just for like door leveling and
Control.
Yeah. We're pulling like long poles of 8-wire, 8-3, 6-3.
So it's like feeder.
Yeah, we're pulling feeders for these door controls, like cargo door, the door levelers and everything. We're pulling these home runs. So we turn off the high bays that we have in the warehouse so we could
With
see.
your lights.
Yeah, so we could see the guy all the way at the end. We could see if he goes like, you know, that's it.
Signaling.
Right. We can't see with the high bays, so we turn off the high bays. And this fucking clown comes by and says, what happened to my lights?
My lights.
My lights.
Who the fuck is you, bro? Like, my lights?
My lights.
We
This
are
guy-
a company. We are working for a contractor.
Well,
These are not
people
your
don't
lights.
know.
This guy walks around with his
So
hands in his
entitled.
pockets. What happened to my lights? What happened to your lights? You have any idea how this shit's
No.
wired?
That's why you
at
have
all?
to tell them.
My lights.
You just sit there barking orders when you don't even know how.
This is I mean.
No,
Basic
because he's got to answer. We sometimes think about it. There's a different perspective. Like, the lights go down. I got to be able to have that narrative. In case someone reaches out to me who's in a position of authority, I got to be able to articulate it.
But just because you
I
have a
get that-
position
I
of
get that
authority,
point, but you don't call them your lights.
your lights. The fuck?
Yeah,
It's a very small thing, but you know.
It's like a bus driver saying like my bus or like fucking.
My bus.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
It's
saying?
my
or like,
kids.
Or like a cop saying my city, right?
Right. Yeah,
like,
exactly.
no.
It's not your fucking lights, dude. You walk around here, you sit in your car half the time, just staring at people, and when you're not in your car, you walk around
Like,
with your
what-
hands in
what-
your fucking pockets staring at people, trying to work and get the shit done.
For whatever
So-
reason, I have a problem with people with the hands in their pockets.
I can't stand it. And I definitely got that from you. Thank you very much.
Just fucking kill
I
me.
Hands in
can't
the pocket
stand
drive
it.
me fucking bananas. Why are you standing there with
your hands in your pocket?
fucking pocket?
They shouldn't be in your pockets.
No.
Put it out
I
on
don't
your
give
side.
a fuck who you are. Don't have your goddamn
Carry-
hands in your pocket.
Carry something, but hands in your pockets is the most
Yo, he's-
annoying
Point
shit.
at something.
And-
Point that
Yes!
something on the ceiling. Do something.
Something.
Hold a fucking tape measure.
Yes.
Hold a clipboard.
anything.
Something. Don't have your
Anything.
hands in your pockets.
Don't have your motherfucking
Drives
hands.
me
Because you
Kids
seem
got the-
arrogant.
he's a
You
young-
seem like
he's a
you
young
know it
guy.
all or some shit.
No, it's
Yeah.
not even about that. It's because you feel like you're not about something. If you got your hands in your pocket.
who
Like,
the
you don't
fuck are
care.
you? Why the fuck?
Just lackadaisical about your fucking job. That's
it's
like the
also
most
like-
important out of any
like
job.
It's like a barometer of who you are as a worker.
Right, and we're pulling this greasy ass MC all the way down the whole length of the shed.
Doing all the grime and shit. You just sitting there with
There's-
hands in your pocket. What's happening to my
Hands in
life?
pockets.
There's dust in the ceiling all over.
Everybody.
I shit you not, fucking everything. Because
Such a sore
Goddamn.
subject to me. It's such a sore subject when I see somebody with their hands in. I don't care if you're the owner. You're like, why do you have your hands in your
No,
pockets?
don't
For whatever
have your hands
reason,
in your
it's
pockets.
just like it's an indicator in your brain
that you're just a lazy motherfucker.
Tommy comes in, he does not have his hands in his pockets.
We should get a verbally disastrous T-shirt. Hands in the pockets.
I probably
You're a lazy motherfucker.
rarely in my life, rarely have my hands in my pockets.
If you get caught as an apprentice with your hands in your pockets, fuck out of here. I can't wait till I'm a mechanic. What are you doing with your hands in the pockets? I'm gonna tell the fucking foreman, yo, send this kid home, bro. He's got his hands in his fucking pockets.
I can't stand that.
Bro,
I'm gonna be
like
such
a cultural
bro,
thing.
we should make a
timer mentality as like a 90s baby.
Bro, we should have a T-shirt like you should be ready to put your hands up if you got your hands in your pockets.
Well, it's just, yeah. I mean,
I don't know if it's a culture. Is it a cultural thing? Or
Yeah, I feel like it's an environment thing. Like there's so much emphasis on getting shit done.
It's an ego thing.
Yeah,
I think it's an ego thing.
You think it's an ego thing?
I think if you think you can walk around this whole job, go sit in your car for a half hour. Come back out whenever you want. Walk around again with your hands in your pockets. That's just an ego thing. I
feel like it's a construction worker culture thing.
No, because anybody who is worth their soul is not gonna have their hands in their pockets.
But I've never
I'm
heard.
gonna have a bean clamp in my hand, playing with the screw.
I've never heard.
No hands in your pockets.
But I've never.
Negative, Ghost Rider. Negative.
I'll pull out my channel X and slide them a couple times.
Have something in your hand. Do not have your hands in your pockets.
I'm fidgety like that though. I love having my
the ADD,
something,
ADHD or some shit.
Oh, it's fucking fantastic.
Remember you?
It's like fidget. It's like an array of fidget spinners.
I used to watch
strippers and squeeze them.
I used to watch a guy who worked for Healy between a wire pull, and if they're working on the other side of the pole, you're stuck because you don't have nothing really going. The dude would be like doing a circle and burning a hole in the carpet because he's so nervous. God help him if he ever had his hands.
Just do something.
He would never have his hands in his pockets.
I love
never.
I got the apron. I got the buckle. You know what I'm talking about? The buckle in the back. You got the full array.
Stuck with the damn staples.
Look, it comes out to like here. You know, you got the nice apron.
Yeah.
I got my strippers and my channels over here.
I never use strippers. I always use my linesmen's.
Eddie told me, don't let me see you.
Put your hands in your pockets, I'll kill you.
He didn't like that.
You didn't like it?
Chop your hands off.
I love it because I can do it and I can skin
no
like
nick.
the thin. No nick, yeah. Because I was taught how to do it.
And you taught me how to do it.
Yeah.
You said, "Oh, you want to be an electrician? Strip this and let me
bet. You want to be an electrician? Bet.
I swear to God, hand me this back with no nick on the wire. I remember that for some reason. That's one of those things I remember. I'm like, can you teach me how to wire this? He said, no. What I'll teach you, take this piece of wire, black wire, green wire, whatever. Probably green wire
because I could just plentiful. I have like the hand. I just like pull it.
And you always told me take these fucking rusty ass pliers and hand this back to me
with no nick.
No nick.
Yeah.
And I remember Eddie told me, he's like, what are you doing? Not using strippers. You using your pliers? What's wrong with you?
Because you're like my mom uses her pliers.
Yeah. Well, I told him. I said, watch this. I cut off a piece of ground wire. Take a look. He looks at it for a good minute. He's looking at it. He's like, all right, but still use your strippers. I'm like, my mom taught me, man.
Because I had a guy, and I was a first-year apprentice, and he was like, you don't use strippers. You use your pliers. And you feel the jacket. So when I'm like in my head, I'm feeling like when I'm taking the pliers and skinning the whole jacket, I feel
the
it.
Pressure.
Yes.
Yeah.
So when I go to pull it,
so beautiful.
Yeah. It's like one of those things.
It's such a weird thing. That,
and somebody said to me, like, you don't have a pair. I go, yeah, I have a pair of strippers, but I never use those fuckers. I only use them if I gotta like thread a bolt on and I want to make it shorter.
But I feel like that whole.
It's amazing the things.
That's actually funny how you were able to strip based on me talking about it.
You looked at it.
Yeah, I can skin that shit without.
No nick.
Yeah.
but still use her strippers. I'm like, all right.
But I feel like that whole like pull your weight mentality is no hands in the pockets. I feel like that's just construction worker.
Always. No, my father was harder than Paulie.
What
was
he an electrician? What was
No,
he?
he was in the laborers.
But I feel like it's just
He
a
would be
construction
sitting.
worker.
No,
Like,
you could be sweeping the floor. You could be doing this. You could be doing that. There ain't nobody I ever worked with that was harder than my dad.
Yeah.
Nobody.
And let me tell you.
Nobody.
Let me tell you, since she's telling you that, there's nobody.
Tell me how
No,
thick
there's
his thumb was.
No.
Tell me how
There's
thick his thumbs
nobody
were.
that was
how thick
harder
his
on
thumbs
me than her.
Tell me how thick this man's thumbs were when he went to his funeral.
Yeah, he had those you don't want to
Man
get
hands.
punched by him hands.
Yeah, big
You do not want to get punched by
What was
those.
the
No.
diameter? Like fucking.
No, my
No,
dad.
it was my hand
Yeah,
out to here.
It's huge. My dad's hands were like
like
meat
this.
hooks.
Compared to my hand, what
Yeah.
was it like?
Look at my
No,
hand.
show
Look
your
at- look
finger.
At my shit.
My dad was like a size 12 ring, 14 or some
Look,
shit like
What
that.
do you think my
Look,
ring is like?
look at my
No,
shit.
your hands are small compared to my dad's.
Johnny,
Small.
look at my shit. His shit was out to here.
Yo.
I'm not fucking with you.
Dude,
Oh, hold
too
on.
big.
For the people listening to the podcast, he literally just went out like an inch.
He had
An
boxing gloves for hands.
Yeah. It was meat. It was meat
No
hooks.
bullshit.
No, he had big hands, and when
Big
he used
worker
to,
man hands.
He,
Yeah,
yeah,
he-
I know. He,
Pow!
Yeah.
Explosion.
If my dad was alive, you would see his hand.
I wish I
He's
could
just
meet
huge.
him.
That
I,
Yeah.
Dead.
I really wish I could meet him, bro. I really wish.
Shit.
Did you ever meet? No,
No.
You fucking met him at
No.
in his casket. I wish I.
Yeah,
I
no.
didn't
The
actually
first thing he said, we flew out.
Damn, he's got
we
some
flew
big
out
fucking
I
west.
said,
hands.
look at those motherfucking
He goes, look at
hands.
those fucking hands.
No bullshit. I'm like, whoa, son.
First thing he says, he'd never seen we had conditions to where he never met. But when he met it, he saw him laying there in the casket. He was like, look at those fucking hands.
Look at those fucking hands, son. Those big motherfucking hands.
It's like fucking tarantulas for hands.
Bro,
No,
not
he
even
did.
like, not
No,
even
they were
lengthy
big.
or nothing. They're
No,
just
it's just meaty.
Arby's.
dude, steel.
It was like, literally, I can't describe his hands. I feel like I have big hands, like for a woman.
You got
And,
baby.
but my hands are small compared to how my father's were. They were
Especially
huge.
mine.
Well, you got
Hold on,
beef
hold on.
I have
hands.
Hold
beefy
your hands up.
hands.
You don't want to get punched by those either.
No, but
My hands are
but
still,
my
look,
dad's hands
like,
were
compared
bigger
to
than
him?
my hands. I felt like they were like Vienna sausage. It was
No,
fucking
they're
huge.
motherfucking monster hands. Oh,
Yeah, you ever see Uncle Donnie's hands?
Donnie's got big cunt hands. Damn.
Yes, those are like my dad's
He's got
hands.
some both hands too.
Yeah.
You get punched by those bitches.
Some
you
fucking
go
lunch
night-night.
boxes.
Yeah,
no,
that's
no bullshit.
That's exactly.
Some fucking lunch boxes.
You going sleep.
Night night.
Yeah, no bullshit. That shit's rocking your head to night. Fucking.
Those are those things. There's a time and a place, and there's a reason why things happen.
Some fucking cinder block hands.
Yeah, no, he
No
had big,
fucking. And you know what?
big hand.
Sometimes I don't wear my gloves when I'm picking up fucking. When you have me, like, move the unilock to the back, I wouldn't wear gloves. So I'm like, yo, these will make my fucking hands, like, nice, you know?
No.
Like, that's
not-
some
not-
shit you start to think about when you get older. You're like, no, let me fucking.
put some hand.
You should have
Now
took a
my
picture of
shits
his
are like-
hands.
You know?
When I see your hands, you got good sized hands.
I got
They're
my
not-
father's hands.
No, I'm telling you, neither one of your hands is like my father's
No,
hands.
no
like
shot.
when you
No,
see
no.
them,
I
you're
got-
just like.
My shit is like Little League.
And those used to go across my face like. No,
Daddy, I'm sorry.
no, I'm not. Literally,
You're not gonna do
you
that
never,
again.
you never feel pain like the pain that I used to feel when my dad's hands across. No,
Fuck no.
no, I
Fuck
can't
no.
even. I can't even describe, and I don't even know. I don't even know how.
It's probably the loudest smack you've ever
Yeah,
heard
no.
in your life.
It was fear. It was straight
No, like fucking
fear.
eardrum shattering clap. Like loud.
Sound like a fucking
Giant.
50 cal Barrett sniper rifle.
Leaves like an aftershock on the earth. Like
There's like a shockwave like off the side of her face. Like you're gonna see the sound, like the sound barrier being broken.
My dad passed
It's like Goku
in
smacking
2009,
fucking Chi-Chi's
and I'll never forget. We went to the funeral home, and I'm not laughing at the situation, but at Tom, like you were probably on the left side of me, and he was like, "Fuck, look at those hands."
dude, they're just there.
It's just like
Dude,
mitts.
you literally
Like,
spent
meant to see like
these hands.
look at these fucking hands, and never forget that shit for as long as you live. These are what man hands look like.
Bro, for real, like these hands are so fucking big. We've been talking about it for 10 minutes.
And John,
That's fact, though.
and John's a
Monster
big
hand.
kid. What are you, 6'2"?
I'm like 6'3", 6'2", yeah.
Bro, these
And
motherfucking hands like.
John's hands are nowhere near. And John's got big
You get-
feet
I-
and
I have-
big hands.
Let me see your fucking hands.
No, they're not my dad's size.
No, for some reason, there's something about those.
I got
every
rings.
segment from here.
It was
From,
like-
like, look at my fucking. I got like construction hands a little
Yeah.
bit.
No,
like,
but
from
my
here-
dad's were ginormous.
It didn't change size. They didn't
No.
taper off.
It
They
was-
just beef, beef, like on every finger. There's no tapering whatsoever. It's just fucking destroy you
Oh my
all
God.
the way to the tip of the finger.
I'm trying to remember how old was John.
Prime hands.
John was, John was like 4
roll
years
out.
old. When my dad passed, John was like 4. And I didn't want him going to the funeral, but in hindsight, that would have been
should've seen them
something to like
hands.
look at those
Yeah,
hands.
it's like, yo, put them on your face. Cover your whole shit.
Fucking Andre the Giant.
Bro, it's not even that they were like widespread so much. It's just that,
They're big.
dude, they were like,
No, they were
they were just
big.
fucking big.
Meaty.
There's no other way to describe it. They were full.
It's like if Bigfoot, like describing Bigfoot's feet as hands.
Right. It was wild.
I'll never forget it as long as I live. I'm like emotional.
I don't
And
think
I got
I'll-
Tom to my left. Those are some big fucking hands.
Like comic relief.
It took me out of the
God.
zone, and I'm just
Right.
like, yeah, those are some big fucking
I
hands.
think, I think that was your last question.
I
was
have-
big fucking hands.
I have interacted with a lot of people in my
I've
era.
never seen hands like
Probably
that. in my life.
Uncle Donnie's probably like the biggest hands.
Meat claws.
Yeah, no, you'll have to check out Uncle
Me,
Donnie's.
it's like fucking.
Yeah, Donnie's
it's like
got
from
some
SpongeBob.
Donnie's got some fucking hands though that'll like grip you and never let go. Like if you don't want to let you go, you're not going anywhere.
he was a high voltage splicer for years.
Oh, so that, yeah, he's got those
Yes,
fucking.
he was in
torque
a space. And
Torque?
he had a small. He had a small because
Break
we
your
used to
fucking
do
neck.
500, 700 MCM, which is the size of the cable. It's like the largest service cable that you can have is like 750.
torque.
But he,
That's big shit.
yeah. Now he used to splice it, so now he was working.
You got strands like
Yeah,
fucking.
yeah, giant. It's,
Alright, well-
it's ginormous. We were working in a space, and we were working on a fire alarm. So he's like, "Leslie, can you please screw these terminations for me? My hands don't work."
That's like the most adorable shit
I
ever.
remember
Coming
climbing
from
up
Donnie.
and screwing in the shit. Met him for the first time, and it's in my book. He's sitting there. I was eating eggs, but I wasn't eating the yolks.
Eggs are dope.
Yeah, so I had like a package thing
Fucking
with like
love
egg
eggs.
yolks, and
Especially on
Donnie's
burgers
like
with
looking
bacon.
over.
And
He's
mushrooms.
like,
and
"Yo,
mayonnaise,
Les,
ketchup.
you gonna eat those?" And I'm like looking at it, I'm thinking nobody's ever asked me for say egg yolks. I'm like, all right. So I handed it over to him. He's
Don't-
got
tell
he's
the
got
story.
hands that
Tell
like
the
black
Chinese-
like manhole hands. Yes, he scooped them out, and he put them all in his mouth, and I'm looking at him like, who the fuck is this guy?
Monster.
All right, so this man, Uncle Donnie, right?
We also see Donnie.
He goes
Yeah,
to he
he's
goes
awesome.
to
Yeah.
he goes to an all-you-can-eat buffet in China, right?
This motherfucker knows the story.
All right.
Yeah, 'cause
He
he's
goes
been
to the
around.
all-you-can-eat buffet, right? He's sitting there. He's eating for 4 hours. 4 fucking hours.
No, 4.
Not full. He goes to the
no,
bathroom.
he's not full.
He goes to the bathroom, takes a massive fucking
Monduk.
what's it called? What's that serpent from Norse mythology?
Montezuma's Revenge?
No, fucking what's his
No,
face?
that's yeah.
The serpent from fucking what's his
Medusa.
name?
I don't know. What the
The
fuck you
world
talking
serpent. He takes a world serpent fucking shit. All right, this thing
about? Wrapping around the toilet. 6
Totally
times.
accurate.
for real. He takes a
Totally
massive
accurate.
shit. He comes out. Some man's like, yo, you need to fucking leave. All right, you
You
eating
eat too
you,
much.
You eat too much.
It's too much.
You eat
go
me out.
now.
You go now. You eat me out. You eat me out of business. He got kicked out of a fucking all-you-can-eat buffet because he ate too fucking much.
Yeah.
All right. This is how much.
Yo, can we
And he-
schedule a day when we go see Uncle Donnie?
Absolutely.
Can we schedule a podcast where we just talk about how fucking ridiculous Uncle Donnie is?
Me and
Yeah,
Johnny.
no, he's awesome. He's
Me and
awesome.
Johnny will
peeps.
play with 500s and practice splicing.
Yeah, yeah. He's only been saying that he had no children, so he wants you
He's a big
to
motherfucker.
learn. Yeah, he wants you
Yo,
to learn. Yeah, you
Yeah,
imagine.
remember when his father died and I was like, which half you get?
Which what?
Which half? Because he got half of his ashes. I was like, yo, which half you get?
You
Oh,
fucked up.
Uncle
you
Don?
said that?
Yeah, because I knew he would laugh. I'd be like, yo, I just wanted to make his day.
Oh, his father was
that's
awesome.
a lighthearted joke. That is good.
Oh, he's
But-
Compared to some of the jokes this kid will fucking drop,
Yeah.
that is a nice light.
Listen, when someone dies, bro, it's
you
like
gotta be careful.
yeah. And
Joey
also-
Diaz fucking says it the best, bro. Like, everyone's a fucking afraid to fucking offend somebody. When you call someone up, you gotta fucking, like, someone dies, it's like, yo, you got a brother, bro? You wanna light him on fire so you get the will, yeah? Oh, and they'll fucking thank you. They'll fucking thank you. I mean, you gotta be careful. Most people,
It's
you really
touchy.
gotta know the situation, but,
yeah,
like,
you gotta read the room.
Exactly.
yeah, you gotta really be really good at
You
that.
gotta read the room. You gotta read the room, kid.
And you gotta read the room. Most people will be like, thank you for making me laugh, because everyone's so fucking afraid to offend me, right?
Oh, that's right.
Yeah,
Because
and
you did.
sometimes
And
you
you make
you
the
did
day.
comic
You
relief.
make the day.
Go to Uncle Donnie's. His father's.
And I was like, yo, which half you
Yeah,
getting?
yeah.
Which half you get? Yo,
That
his
was
better.
kind of nice.
And Uncle,
Yeah.
Uncle Donnie laughed. He was like, yo, hopefully his better half. Yo, hopefully his lower half. That was his better half.
He said that?
Yeah, he said that shit. He said that. He's like, yo, his lower half. That was his better
He
half.
keeps
That's
saying
great.
every once in a while you gotta come and eat the oysters with him because he knows that you and him are the only two motherfuckers that can like go like toe to toe eating.
Yeah.
Yeah,
He-
John's
he-
an
he-
expert,
Eat
expert
each other
level.
out.
100.
Homo.
Yo.
Whoa!
Whoa! Hold up. No, but like that ass. I knew he let me win last time. Last time we was eating the mussels.
At the pig.
Yeah, well
pig
now
roast.
it's a while.
Win last night, but now that I'm like almost a grown ass man, bro, he better.
I mean,
Nah,
you're gonna have to
bro,
have
he
a
better.
rematch. Good.
We gotta,
Dude,
we gotta
we-
schedule a hangout with Donnie.
Yeah, absolutely.
Donnie is the
Yeah,
shit.
He's been saying that.
We gotta hang out with him before he fucking dies. How old is he? He's an old motherfucker, bro.
No,
He's not
no,
old. He's fucking, what is he?
no. I would say
67?
late 50s. No, he's not that old.
But he's
He
a big.
retired.
He's a
He's
big.
early. No, he retired at 53.
He's.
Oh.
So maybe
he's a
early
big.
60s.
he's
he
a-
might be. He might be 60.
Nah, he's fucking chilling, dude. He's not.
Exactly.
He's a big man, all right. So like that's a lot of life to support, all right.
Yeah. he's
Most
awesome
big
sauce.
creatures die early, all right. Let me just say that.
No.
Hold up. Not to jinx him
Yeah,
or
you gotta
anything.
fix-
Not to jinx him, but like
I want to tell him to
I
listen.
want to spend some time with him, all right? Because he's
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
he's so dope.
He's a retired high voltage splicer that never had any children. He said to me, "Even one of my kids want to get into the business. He'll teach them
Piss.
and
Taking his
give him his splicing equipment." This concludes part C of Apprentice Life. It is going to be episode 9 on Spotify. On a side note, I didn't say it at the time, I value my friendships with my friends, especially the people like Uncle Donnie, who have an impact on both of my sons, who both look up to him. He is appreciated, he's valued. we all don't spend enough time together. I'm trying to work out a dinner where they go to an all-you-can-eat spot and hang out and enjoy Uncle Donnie's company. Trying to set that up soon. Anyhow, I thank you for taking the time to listen so far. I have one more episode, and that will conclude Apprentice Life and Part D. Stay tuned. This wraps up another episode on the Verbally Disastrous podcast that can be found on Spotify, SoundCloud, and YouTube. For more information, head over to www.constructiontales.com. Thank you for listening, and have a great one.